Hey everyone, welcome back to USA Car Reviews, the place where horsepower meets storytelling. Today, we're diving into something that feels like a fever dream for any true American car enthusiast, the all-new 1665 Pontiac Catalina. Yes, you heard me right. Pontiac, the legendary brand that gave us some of the most iconic cruisers and muscle cars in history, is back with a modern revival of one of its most beloved full-size classics. And this isn't just a badge slapped on a generic shell, this is a statement, a rolling tribute to an era when American roads were ruled by big chrome, big engines, and bigger personalities. Now, before we get into the nuts and bolts, let's just acknowledge how wild this is. Pontiac, which officially went out of production back in 2010, has been dormant for over a decade. For years, fans have been pleading for its return. And finally, through a mix of corporate nostalgia, market demand for big American coupes, and some frankly genius design work, we have the 1665 Catalina, a name that's a nod to the brand's original full-size cruiser in the production code heritage, but with a fresh spin that makes it worthy of 21st century roads. The first thing that hits you is the design. This car doesn't try to hide its heritage. The front end has that unmistakable Pontiac split grille, reimagined with modern LED lighting that's slim and aggressive, almost predatory. The hood stretches long and low, with two subtle power bulges hinting at the beast underneath. The side profile is pure Catalina, sweeping lines, a confident stance, and that signature Coke bottle curve that was such a hit in the 60s. But now, everything is sharpened, muscular, with aerodynamics that whisper modern supercar while still shouting classic American cruiser. And yes, the chrome is back. Not the plasticky kind, we're talking real metal accents that catch the sunlight and make you feel like you're in 1965 all over again, just with Wi-Fi. At the rear, the design team has pulled off something special. The triple tail light clusters, a Pontiac hallmark, are fully modern OLED units but arranged exactly like the original. The rear bumper is integrated yet still feels like a statement piece, and the twin exhausts aren't fake, they're functional, burbling with that deep, unmistakable V8 soundtrack. It's the kind of noise that makes you look for a tunnel just so you can roll the windows down and listen. Speaking of what's under the hood, let's talk power. Pontiac could have played it safe with a turbocharged V6 or some mild hybrid setup, but no. They've gone old school in the best way possible. The 1665 Catalina comes with two engine options, a naturally aspirated 6.8-liter V8 pumping out 520 horsepower, and a supercharged version of the same block delivering a staggering 720 horsepower. Both are paired with a modern 8-speed automatic transmission, with paddle shifters for when you want to take control, and both send power to the rear wheels, just as nature intended, 0 to 60 in the supercharged model. Around 3.4 seconds. That's right, this massive coupe can embarrass European exotics while looking like it rolled straight out of a retro dream. But this isn't some stripped-out dragster pretending to be a daily driver. Inside, Pontiac has gone full luxury. When you open the door, you're greeted by a cabin that blends classic American opulence with cutting-edge tech. The seats are big, wide, and deeply bolstered, upholstered in top-grade leather with contrasting stitching that echoes the Catalina's vintage patterns. The dash is clean and symmetrical, with real wood trim options, brushed aluminum, and an instrument cluster that's entirely digital yet styled like analog gauges from the 60s. It's the kind of detail work that makes you want to sit inside even when the car's not moving. The infotainment system is a 14-inch floating touchscreen with all the modern conveniences, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, built-in navigation, and a sound system developed in partnership with Bose that has enough clarity and bass to make you feel like you're at a live concert. But Pontiac didn't forget about the driver-focused touches. The drive mode selector is a chunky chrome lever, the shifter feels mechanical, and there's even a set of auxiliary gauges on top of the dash showing oil pressure, battery voltage, and boost on the supercharged model. On the road, the 1665 Catalina is a paradox in the best way. In comfort mode, it's a smooth, quiet cruiser, soaking up bumps with its adaptive suspension and gliding along like a true grand tourer. Switch to sport or track mode, and it hunkers down, sharpens the steering, stiffens the suspension, and roars like a wild animal. The balance is shockingly good for a car of its size, credit to the modern chassis engineering and lightweight materials like aluminum body panels and a carbon fiber hood. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, why call it the 1665? It's partly a tribute to Pontiac's heritage, referencing one of the old production codes, but it's also meant to symbolize a bridge between the 60s and today. The 16 nods to 1965, one of the Catalina's most iconic years, while the 65 acknowledges the modern rebirth and the 65th anniversary of the model's debut. Clever marketing, sure, but it works. It gives the car an identity that feels both historic and forward-looking. Pricing starts at around $78,000 for the naturally aspirated model and jumps to just under $100,000 for the supercharged beast. That's not cheap, but considering the blend of performance, style, and nostalgia on offer, it's hard to argue it's not worth it. And judging by the pre-orders, which are already rumored to be sold out for the first year, plenty of people agree. This car isn't just transportation. It's a rolling time machine, a rebirth of an American icon that refuses to be forgotten. It's the kind of car that turns heads not just because it's beautiful, but because it's unexpected. In a world dominated by crossovers and EVs, the 1665 Pontiac Catalina is unapologetically loud, proudly rear-wheel drive, and dripping with personality. It's proof that sometimes, looking backward is the best way to move forward. So here's the verdict from USA Car Reviews. The new 1665 Catalina isn't just a car, it's a cultural event. It's a reminder that the spirit of the open road, the rumble of a big V8, and the style of classic American design can still have a place in the modern automotive world. Whether you're a die-hard Pontiac loyalist or just someone who appreciates a beautifully made machine, this car is going to make you feel something. And in today's market, that might be the rarest feature of all.